a special signed version of this card. Yes, I signed it. I'm gonna evolve too! And now, these are the leader cards you could use as your avatar in-game. I'll share my 7 million IQ with you and lead you to victory! Ding dong! Check out these token cards I drew myself. I even drew a Bellringer Angel reference on one of them. Please, use them however you like. Now, if you want to...
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you for your patience throughout that break, but right now we are going straight in to the top cut of the Shadowverse Evolve English Edition World Invitational 2023 World Finals. These are the final 8 players that made it through 7 grueling rounds of Swiss to get to where we are right now. I'll be your caster for today, Ignitius, the official English Edition ambassador for the game, as well as Red Zone Rogue here to cast his top 8 with me. How you doing, buddy?
Dude, it has been an incredibly fun day of Shadowverse Evolve. Really exciting matches, and we are not done. We are not done. We are about to kick off, like Igni said, the top 8 here, culminating here at the Shadowverse Evolve English World Finals. The very first. This is the pinnacle event for the game. Very exciting stuff. I cannot wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Now remember, in terms of prizing, the top 8 here is already walking away with an additional copy of that promo Tia and Evolve Tia. But you want to get that Alice promo at the very end of the day, because that's like that's a big deal.
Not only is it a beautiful card, it's like a really good card, right?
It's very strong.
In the upcoming like set 3 meta, like Alice is like legit.
So we're definitely gonna pop into the first round here with Bellabuu versus Gerardo Arenas. Now, we just saw Gerardo's deck, so we'll keep it brief when we get to his deck list, but Bellabuu is running a very interesting deck. Now, to give you a bit of a primer on the 2 players here, Bellabuu came 3rd at the LALCQ, which you attended, I believe.
Yeah. She came 3rd place, and it was actually like incredibly hype.
Right.
She's running a forest deck that's like pretty spicy. It's a forest deck that is unlike anything we've seen today, right? It runs some more traditional forest cards, you could say, some that are very fan favorites. I'm not going to spoil it too much here. We'll wait until we get into the actual deck list. But needless to say, people were hyped at the LCQ to see her win, and I think some people are going to be pretty hyped to see the deck list.
Yeah, I believe she's bringing basically the same deck list from the LCQ into this.
It looks like it.
It looks very exciting. And of course, Gerardo Arenas, we covered before. 3rd place at the Mexico Last Chance qualifier with that Control Discard Dragon. So let's go ahead and take a look at the deck list now. There it is, Bellaboo's Forestcraft deck. Whoa, Cal!
Look at this spicy number.
It is very spicy. So we got some cards. A lot of the cards are typical of Forestcraft, like Ancient Elf, Lily,
The top
Tia,
row looks pretty
Marvelous.
similar.
Okay, a bit of Archer there to help deal with the board. That's a little unusual. Fairy Circle to generate fairies, a little unusual.
Sure, yeah.
But it makes sense with the top end of the deck. Tell me about it, Kel.
All right, so there's like 3 key cards that we're going to talk about here that are fan favorites, I would say. We have Roach, right? We have a 2 of Roach. Roach is a very fan favorite card. It can put in a lot of work. Maybe some people are going to get some flashbacks from Digital. I know Roach is a very polarizing card in that, but we are running Roach. But the big 2 here, we are running the Rose Queen package. I believe she called her deck something like Rose Queen, My Beloved.
That's the name of the deck?
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, and not only that, she's got some very spicy versions of the card. So like Rose Queen combined with what
Aria Fairy Princess.
Yeah, right? Combined with that very spicy, actually like promo Aria. Just can like kind of wombo combo, right? This is like the traditional set 1, set 2 kind of like forest combo. A lot of forest players are really familiar with this combo. Basically, just put a bunch of fairies, turn them all into thorn bursts, and just like 3 damage, draw a card, 3 damage, draw a card, and it just can really get there. It has a lot of reach, right? Especially combined with Silverbolt. We do see a 1 of Silverbolt in this list, and yeah, I think this is a really cool and really interesting forest list.
I've never seen anything like it. Like, this is completely new to me, and I am like shocked at this deck right now because it just is so interesting, and it just shows the level of innovation and creativity that it takes to be like a top 8 tournament player, bringing stuff that nobody would have expected and doing so well with it too.
Yeah, I mean, like, Bellaboo's here in the top 8 of the World Finals, so she's cooking with something, and it's a spicy little brew here.
And if it actually is able to get through top 8 to top 4 to top 2, if this is the world champion deck,
yeah.
I think it'll break a lot of people's perceptions of what is a meta deck in this game. So
that's a very real possibility at this point, right? There's a very good chance.
even like the little techs are very interesting too. The one of Surefire, the one of Execution for potential enemy amulet like a Rites or a Leonidas Resolve, and then also 2 Noble Fairy. Now that's a card I haven't even seen in so long, being able to destroy an enemy follower if you combo 3 and then summon a fairy token for the opponent. So so interesting.
It's just a nice little like unconditional removal. Just blow up their thing, and
it has war too, so like that fairy can't go through even though you give them one. Like it can't come through the noble fairy either.
I think I think you don't care too much about the fairy, honestly.
Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah, it's a fairy.
You can take it out with Archer or May, right? So it's fine.
Yep, you're running both May and Archer. In fact, speaking of Archer, let's take a look at her Evo list to see how many Archers she's running in here. So we do have a 1 of Archer. We've got the standard Ancient Elves, running 2 of those. Lily is an all-star, honestly. She's just incredible.
3 of course. Yeah, right.
We've got that Roach that I mentioned, 2 of Rhinoceroach. And then, of course, 1 of Tia, and your new Forest favorite, Silent Suzuka.
Yeah, that card is so strong. And is that the SP version? Yo, Bellaboo kind of blinged out the deck.
Yeah, spicy. I dig it. I really dig it. There's a couple of important things to note, right? There's only the 1 of Suzuka. There's only the 1 of Tia.
Yeah.
Once she evos these are gone. Same with the Archer. So these are cards that she wants to deploy at the appropriate time as to maximize the usage of them.
Well, that's the opportunity cost, right? Like, you're running a lot more options, like the Rose Queen Arya package for even more reach, but because of that, you have to scale back on your consistent options that you know are good in order to get this combo to maybe work. So, but if it actually ends up working out, and we see that, I mean, made it to top 8, so...
Yeah, she knows something, you know?
Yeah.
Very cool list.
I'm extremely excited to see this list in action. And up next, on the other side of the table here, we have Gerardo Arenas deck list. It is one that we saw earlier, so we're not going to go into it too much. Let's keep it brief. Discard Dragon, you ramp, you discard a bunch of stuff, your Dracomancer's Rights burns them down. This is a more controlling list with the Path to Purgatory and Olivia being able to make the game go really long. And then finally the 1 of Imperial Dragoon, which is able to come down, destroy everything, and then have additional ping damage off of the Dracomancer's Rights, and hopefully that coupled with a Forte or 2 or 3 ends up finishing the game.
I mean, like, honestly, too, I mean, we saw this on stream earlier, and if you didn't catch that game, I highly recommend go and watch it. It was versus Haven. Very cool match. It looked like it was going to be like a speed run, but they kind of settled into their paces, and you got to see really the decks shine. And if you're not familiar with Dragoncraft too much, especially like your standard discard list, stuff like Path to Purgatory, stuff like Dragoon aren't typical picks. So like this deck is also a fairly spicy deck.
Yeah, very much checked out and much more controlling than your usual Dragoncraft. And I'm really curious to see how these two, one extremely rogue and one slightly rogue deck are going to match up against each other.
I dig it. Let's go ahead and take a look at his Evo list just to kind of go over it again. So similar to Bellaboo's, we have like a wide swath of options here. Obviously, you have the 3 carrots for the very hungry Oguri Cap. You're 1 of Shenlong because it's obligatory, right?
2 Fortes because like getting that 7 damage face with Aura is especially really important.
Very good.
2 Dragon Warriors to maybe do a 2-for-1 and 1 Bellringer to do an early game ping on a follower that is a problematic early game follower that you want to get off the field immediately, and of course the 1 of Imperial Dragoon as well.
Yeah, the Evo version, being able to draw 3 cards, kind of replace your hand, just great stuff. Excellent.
All right, those are the deck lists, and I'm really excited to get into the game. But before we jump into the match, I want to remind everybody that not only do we have a poll that you can vote on to predict who is going to be the winner, we also, of course, have the giveaway coming out after, where we give away a pack as well as do some trivia, and we just got the bracket for the top 8, so let's go ahead and go into that now and take a look at all the players and how we're matching up. So we got Justin Mao, the Sydney Regional Champion, up against Ramen, Bellaboo, and Gerardo Arenas, as we have seen here. Up against that, after that, is the bottom half of the bracket, we have Daniel Yanto from the Jakarta Regionals, 3rd place in Indonesia, up against Kay Strider, the 3rd place Illinois Regionals, and we got Juan C from the Last Chance Qualifier in Mexico, the champion of that event, and Ryan K, we saw earlier in the day as well.
We did.
The Kaguya Havencraft, who came second at the Houston Regionals. So, yeah, many, many very talented players here, and I cannot wait to see how these matches go.
Yeah, I'm there with you. This seems like a very, very cool and interesting top 8. We have, 4 different crafts represented, though there's like different variations
They're
of
also
them.
not the crafts you think.
I mean, we're about to watch a spicy like roach forest deck, right?
Right.
With like against a dragoon dragon.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
very cool.
So I'm super excited to get into the game. We have the players seated at the table right now, across from each other. They are about to begin, and I, for one, cannot wait. Who's going to come out on top? We saw Gerardo play an amazingly played game up against Ryan K in this round 7 of Swiss. Can he carry that momentum, or is Bellaboo's very strange and interesting deck list gonna be able to overcome this? Now, apologies, the overlay is a little mistaken here, but we just got it fixed up for you there. Bellaboo should be playing Forest Crafts, so just give it 1 second and it should update for you. But yeah, immediately starting with a fairy circle to generate 3 fairies.
Yeah, just getting those fairies in there. The fairies, double as board presence and potential combo-ness in the future, in the late game here. Running out some...
Ooh, immediately just using a guidance to draw a card.
Oh yeah, just seeing how fast she's playing, you can tell that she just like
Super
knows
experienced,
this deck inside and out.
Well, I mean, it's like her baby. Like it's like a super original deck that she top 3'd an event with, and now top 8'd Worlds with. So
you saw the bling in the deck. There's been a lot of love put into it.
It's very reassuring, the absolute confidence that's happening here. And meanwhile, Gerardo does put out a Bellringer Angel, which is going to get pinged by the Elfchild May. And there is the Marvelous Sunday bringing back the Elfchild May, pinging the Bellringer once again. And you can see the pace of the plays.
Yeah. She's like, yep, I know exactly what I'm doing here. I've played this. I mean, you've got to know that she's played against Discard Dragon a whole bunch. I'm not sure if she's played against a Discard Dragon that also is running Dragoon, but, she's definitely familiar here with the matchup.
She definitely practiced the matchup, but, like, whether or not Gerardo's, like, weird techs are going to come into play and actually end up making the difference, let's find out. We are going to be spending an evolve point here to get that Dragon evolved and getting rid of that Marvelous Sunday. I hate Sundays, all right? I'm anti-Garfield. Mondays are the best.
For some reason, when you said Sundays, I immediately thought you meant ice cream, and I'm like, how dare you? How dare you, sir?
Yeah.
Sundays are, I can give or take. But I mean, like, this is a nice little tempo play, right?
Fridays are better than Sundays. Okay, don't at me.
I definitely agree. No argument there.
All right, Silent Suzuka coming in just straight in for the storm damage, getting the dragon down to 16 defense very early on here. Now, Gerardo is a controlling deck, but can you withstand the pressure? Like, a lot of the time, Dragon, if you just pressure them enough, they can't react fast enough. Like, the conflagration has to come out next turn, not this turn. That's only a single body. Does the Dragon Warrior have to trade here? Oh, no, Dragon Warrior is going face.
Oh, wow. Yeah, just all face all the time.
And we got the Dragon Song Flute in play, though.
Yep, paying that extra fanfare cost, drawing the card, getting the
Hellflame Dragon.
Yeah, and this dragon does have rush, so this makes a lot of sense why you're sending in the more healthy dragon face and sending the token into the unit there.
Hellflame is made to be traded, okay?
Yeah.
Do not weep for Hellflame Dragon.
Poor Hellflame Dragon.
What is my purpose? To trade it to Silent Suzuka. Oh my god. Alright.
Oh no.
Lily comes out and so does Tia.
Alright, yeah.
Alright, you're getting Tia from the okay, alright.
Yeah, she's just playing
from the draw, that's right.
Playing fast. And here we have good old Evo on the Lily here.
The fact that Lily also cycles is so good.
I mean, Lily's like very, very good, and she just dunks the follower into the bottom too.
Right. You're never seeing that ever again.
Doesn't even have the courtesy of actually like
putting
killing
in no proper burial for you.
Yeah, nope. On the bottom of your deck. Never to be seen again.
All right. Now I see in Gerardo's hand, I see the one of Shenlong already.
Ooh.
You can see that, right?
I mean,
so that's probably going to come out either this turn or the turn after for the evolve.
Yeah, he does have his Evo points going second.
I see. Ooh, I'm just trying to squint. Is that a Forte, perhaps? It is indeed.
I do see a Forte. Yeah. Definitely good to note. I mean, like, Bellaboo's board isn't particularly threatening here, right?
No.
Some small units.
So you can just Forte face, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And Bellaboo doesn't have any play points open, so no way to react, especially if you evolve into Aura.
Yep.
Now it's untargetable unless being attacked, so it's going face for 7 damage. This is just like the last game. We were like, oh, this is a control
It
deck.
is,
It's
right,
gonna combo
yeah.
in the end game. And no, it's just going super fast early game until they get to their later game overflow.
I think what's interesting about both of these decks is they want their opponent to be at certain life thresholds so they can kind of do their their wombo combo things. There's the Thorn Burst from Forest, there's the Storm, and also the Dragoon stuff coming in from Dragon. And they're very content to just like, I'm just gonna go face.
Yeah, and that fairy is just gonna run in. Is there a way to? Oh!
Well, speaking of which,
Speaking of fairies, there's Arya flooding both the field and the EX area
Just-
with fairies.
yeah, maxing it out. That's basically what she does. Comes in play,
And
wards
with-
up, and fills
yep.
everything with fairies.
Wow, now that's a board. And because they have Rush, they're able to trade in
Exactly.
as well. Now that is a card.
Well, I'd like to point out, this is a starter deck card.
Yeah,
Very,
what
very-
we saw so many
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. I actually really love to see that. Super powerful cards from the starter decks here at the World Finals.
Arya, Mithril Golem, Tazuna Hayakawa.
Yep, Tazuna. Wild. Absolutely wild. I mean, the ward from Arya is, like, not irrelevant either.
Mhm.
It's just, like, protecting her life, being like, hey, you know what? If you're going to try to forte me again, you're going to have to put in a little bit more effort.
Right, yeah. Or do you want to like Blazing Breath me first, or like Serpent
Yeah.
Wrath me? And also, if you clear my board, I still have 5 guys in my EX that I can transform into Thornburst very soon. So
I mean,
there's
I
conflagration.
haven't seen. I mean, conflagration makes a lot of sense here. I haven't seen Bellaboo's hand. I don't know if she has a Rose Queen in there.
I'm not sure why you would like in the EX area. You're not actually doing much with the fairies if you're not Rose Queening them. So I think even
Oh, she just
literally
just top decked it.
oh, there you go.
You saw the spice. Does she just run it out now?
I think playing the Arya is just a good play first of all, but also just like you're not using these fairies for anything else, so you're fine just having them sit there
Yeah.
until you draw your Rose Queen anyway. So it's
I mean,
fun.
and she has. I think she also has her one of Silverbolt in hand. She's got a lot of burn in hand.
Yep.
I'll-
What if you just play Silverbolt now into into
I mean-
Rose Queen?
She's got the 7 play points.
Yeah.
She's not really threatened by anything. Gerardo only has the flute on field. I mean, even with at 11 health, like Forte's not even threatening her life.
It is there. We see that she's really considering it
Yeah.
as the first card in her
She
hand.
has literally Silverbolt and Rose Queen. She's just got the burn, and you know she's got to be thinking, can I win in the next 2 turns, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But this is this is Gerardo's deck, which is a little different. So,
yeah.
but then again, Gerardo is mostly teched for board if you think about it, like with the Path to Purgatory.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bellaboo is mostly packed on burn. So I don't know if Gerardo's techs against the current field are gonna work against Bellaboo's rogue list.
Yeah, I mean, like, she can flood the board, but she doesn't really care about it in the long run. She's like, I don't care. I'm just going to turn them all into Thorn Bursts and just go face.
Yeah. Wow, Bellaboo's list kinda
It-
awesome.
It's sweet, dude. I dig it. I really, really dig it. Considering the fairy, maybe.
Oh. That Silverbolt is like whispering to her like the Green Goblin mask right now for sure.
You know she's got to be running like all the math in her head. There's like pluses and minuses floating around.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
just like trying to map it all out.
Play me.
Yeah, exactly.
What it's saying.
Exactly.
I mean, at 7 play points is the cleanest thing to do, but it's the best thing to do. And if we see
I
the
mean, like-
hand, we know that there's Tia in there, right?
It
I think.
curves really well into Rose Queen, right?
Yeah, that's true.
7 into Rose Queen being 8.
And then you Thornburst,
Yeah, you just-
Thornburst the turn
And you just
after.
Thornburst.
Yeah.
Maybe her consideration is if my play here is just Silverbolt, dome you in the face, and then on his turn he just gains a bunch of life.
With Shenlong.
Yeah, but she doesn't obviously know that he has Shenlong, but she's got to be thinking about that.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
And it's not just Shenlong. We've seen other dragon lists run other life gain cards, so
this
she's
one
just
in
got to be
particular has
thinking.
Olivia, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you just have to calculate that. If I Silverbolt now, is it going to be like worth it?
Yeah, because if she Silverbolt's here and then Gerardo just plays Shenlong or Olivia, then Gerardo has the board and she's behind on tempo. She lands
Yep.
Rose Queen, but they have a board that is still unanswered and they can swing with a Oguri Cap the turn after, for example. So-
Yeah, and it looks like here that she is gonna just opt to play out and be more board presency, right?
And the Tia from hand is played. She does play a fairy circle as well to get more fairies in the EX, and Eve comes out.
Activate combo as well.
Fairy Circle plus Tia into Eve. Nature's Guidance, the Tia back.
Yeah. Bounce it on back.
Play it again. Play another Eve.
All right, yeah. This is the spice, right? And I think this card is going to represent
Eve here.
Eve, right? Yeah. So we got 2 Eves. This is a kind of a big board, right?
Yeah, and remember, we just saw Gerardo spend a conflag. So.
Exactly, yeah, and she's got to be thinking about that. Like, if I don't think I can secure the kill here, the more tempered play is to be like, play for board, establish the presence, make you have the removal, make you be on the back foot here, because I have the tempo. I like that. Very, very tempered. And she still has the Rose Queen to follow up.
Yeah, and it's not like, you always have the Silver Bolt in the bag. So, like, it's not
exactly, right? You can just kind of sandbag the Silver Bolt and just let loose whenever you need to. Kind of like as a surprise kill.
Mm-hmm. You could even Rose Queen first because Thornburst does refill your hand anyway. So.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Gerardo is in... I believe the colloquialism is in a pickle.
Yeah, he's in dire straits. He's up a very unpleasant creek, as they say.
Right, he's up a fairy creek. All these little fairies poking and prodding him.
And again, Conflagration just spent. Gerardo running out of options. Just using Shenlong is not going to be enough to do anything against this board.
He's only running 2 conflags in his entire deck, right?
Yeah.
Only 1 more in the whole list.
And if he leaves his board up, Bellaboo just swings all face.
Yeah, she just attacks.
Into Silver Bolt, and then that's...
I mean, so Gerardo needs to, clear the board, and we have 2 4/4s. This is 10 power on board, right?
Okay, we're gonna discard a Trail of Lights.
All right, I mean, that's a good way to start. Get a little bit of...
if this is another Conflagration, it's not. It's Bellringer.
No, Bellringer's probably not gonna do it.
No, it's just a little guy, a little ding dong.
Just a little ding dong.
Oh boy, this is a problem on the other side of the board right now, Cal. Bellaboo played this incredibly tempered, and it's paying off in dividends.
I mean,
and you saw she took her time to really think it through.
Yeah.
And this was the optimal play, in my opinion. So it just makes a lot of sense.
I mean, that's exactly why she's here in the top 8, right?
Yeah.
She knows her deck in and out. She knows the lines, and she's very well prepared for it. So we do see the Evo on the Bellringer doing a little bit of damage.
Just to clear
just
the
to make it so you can't bounce that and do the same thing again.
Yeah, that bounce was backbreaking, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And so...
I think I'm thinking that Gerardo is maybe regretting spending that Conflagration so early against a board that was relatively weaker than this one, right?
All right. So Gerardo
Forte face
plays Forte. Is he just jamming Forte face? All right.
Forte face and warding up. Yep, that's the play. I mean, he can't attack anything else. He doesn't have a sail, so.
Yeah. So now it's like a numbers game for Bellaboo, right?
Yeah, but this has ward 2. Is Silverbolt enough to swing over?
I'm not sure how many cards she has in her hand. She does, like we talked about, she does still have the Rose Queen. Checking his discard pile to see just kind of what he's been playing. Maybe looking at conflags.
Or what's available in his hand or in his deck as well.
Yeah.
Seeing what are the likelihoods.
She still has 2 4/4s on the field. She's got a pretty good board presence, but she has 9 potential damage, only 1 fairy, so she can't just fairy into the.
There it is! Let's go! Rose Queen is played, transforming 5 fairies in the EX area into 5 Thorn Bursts. Now she has a lot of burn in the back. Oh my goodness!
Thornburst, pretty spicy card, right? It's a card that deals 3 damage wherever she would like, and then also it
recovers 5 play points.
Yeah, draws a card. This is sweet.
Oh my goodness! With 5 available play points still after that Rose Queen play, we're gonna see an Elf Child May here being able to ping off the Bellringer Angel, and that means the 2 Eves can swing face.
Oh no, this is a lot of damage.
Okay, that's 1 Eve face, I believe.
So Gerardo has 1 play point open, Overflow active. Does he have a Blazing Breath? Or is he just going to take the 4? He's just taking the 4 here.
Taking the 4.
Taking the 4, Chief. We have the
another
second one.
Eve swinging.
Coming in for 4 again.
If at 6, 2 Thornburst is lethal.
Yeah, she's got the play points for it. He knows
There's Blazing Breath, though, being able to take out that Eve.
Yeah, you have to.
You otherwise you just lose.
Yeah, you're just dead on board.
Yeah.
And now we enter the Thornburst game.
Does Bellaboo just play 2 Thornburst face?
I mean, she's
Oh, taking out the Forte.
yeah. I mean, notably, this Forte is not evoed, so
It doesn't have aura.
yeah, no aura here.
And a Harvest Festival.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Even though she did the combo, this is once again we're seeing a more tempered play here, not just going face.
Well, because she's also at 7 defense, so she's worried
Exactly.
any swing from Gerardo's side could end up winning the game, right?
Yeah, 7's a bad number to be against a dragon, right? That's the magical Forte number.
Is there a Forte or is there a Oguri Cap?
Oguri cap, yeah, 8 play points. We're in Oguri territory.
Yep. We're in Oguri country now.
Give me them carrots.
But I don't think he has it.
Yeah, I mean, like, notably, Bellaboo does not have ward, right?
Yeah.
She's got a lot of followers on the field, but no ward, no way to protect herself. So even though she did a pretty sweet turn, she's still fairly vulnerable in this position, right?
I'm not even sure what Gerardo could do here because I don't spot lethal. He does have a Rico Kashimoto.
He's got Rico.
But that only does 3 damage for
Yep.
6 play points, I believe.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
it could take care of a couple, pieces of her board, but he needs to kind of finish the game here.
Okay, Dragon Oracle to draw.
He's just gonna
Is it Forte? Is it Forte?
dig for answers.
It's Trail of Light.
Oh,
well,
no.
you can use the...
Immediately
Yep.
discard. Yep, I got another draw.
Is it Forte? Is it Forte? Is it Forte? That's the question, right?
Yeah. Flip it. No.
No, it's Tamamo Cross,
Oh no.
which is not relevant in the current matchup even.
Oh, I've been there playing Dragon, just trying to top deck your Forte for the win. Still 6 play points.
But where is she?
Not there. Not
You can play
there.
Dragon Oracle for draw, but like, that's pretty desperate.
Then you go down to 4, and it's not enough, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Not enough play points to play Forte and Evo.
Yeah, not enough for the Evolve.
Oh, yeah. In a very rough situation here. Because you can't just, like, wipe her board. That's not what you're truly scared of. You're scared of all the Thorn Bursts.
Yeah, even if you wipe the board with Rico, getting them down to 4 defense.
Yeah, I mean,
this
here's
is the only
Rico.
way.
And Rico is going to be able to do a nice little 2-for-1, right? But I'm not sure it's going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough with no empty play points, or with no available play points, I should say. And 4 Thorn Bursts in the back.
That's all of Gerardo's play points. He has no other options here. Staring down 4 Thorn Bursts.
Oh my goodness. Thorn Burst face, Thorn Burst face, Thorn Burst face.
That's 3 damage. Draw your card. You gotta play through the go through the motions here.
Right, but it looks like this is going to be over.
Thorn Burst face. Yep.
Wow, Bellaboo's deck is incredibly
Thorn
impressive.
Burst face.
I did not expect to see this in the World Finals, but you were talking this up like before the event,
it was
telling me
hype.
like this deck is super hype, this deck is super strong at the California LCQ, and I was expecting a bit more of a traditional Forestcraft deck to make it through, but the Roach, Rose Queen, Arya endgame ended up being such an important factor. No ward mattered. Like the Shenlong was a potential option if it was against a traditional Forestcraft deck. But no, with just Silverbolt and Thorn Burst, you had the threat of ending the game at any point in time.
Just so much burn, dude.
It's
Just
incredible.
so much. What I really like
Wow.
about this deck is like it's like difficult to gas out. Like between the Thorn Burst and just the whole combo potential, you have the backup with your Silverbolt. It's just a super spicy deck.
Yeah, and only one of Silverbolt because you're going to be doing most of your damage through Thornburst anyway. And that
Exactly.
Silverbolt can come out at any time because Thornburst draws you a
Yeah,
card.
So the best part about Thorn Burst is it's just like it draws you a card, but unlike cards that you play from hand, this is just chilling in your EX area, right?
Yeah, so
it's
you're
just
not
like,
going minus.
it's
like,
just +1 card.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Wow,
Very, very
incredible performance from Bellaboo, who is going to be moving into the top 4, and Gerardo, unfortunately, gonna be eliminated here in the top cut. And I think Ryan K is very happy about that because Ryan K did lose to Gerardo in round 7. Now with Gerardo out of the picture, maybe Ryan K is like, my haven is gonna come.
you the question here. Just make sure to type join into chat. So
Oh, that's
you
right. Yes, you
are
have to type
eligible.
join.
Yes. All right, this question, I like this question. This question, if you're, let's just get into it. I'm not going to preface this. This is a fun one.
All right.
All right. What follower does the fanfare ability of Gourmet Emperor Kaiza put into play?
For players of the digital game, you should know this name and be familiar with him. Let's get into the options. Option A, is it Ultimate Carrot? Option B, Hamza, the duck. Option C, Goblin, or option D, none.
Yeah. It is up to you to decide what the right answer is.
That's
And-
none, N-O-N-E, not none, N-U-N, just to make sure. There are a lot of N-U-N nuns in this game.
Right, right. That's
but
a fair
N-O-N-E.
fair
none.
distinction.
Yeah.
Right, right. As in none followers.
Yeah.
Right.
So make sure to type join in the chat and make sure to answer the question for a chance to win a single Flame of Levitine booster pack as well as a signed card from either me or Chris.
Yeah.
All right, and also remember, anybody who's won the raffle already, check your whispers on Twitch because we
Yes.
are trying to reach out to you to get you your prize ASAP. All right, well then, Kel, first round of top 8 done, and you know, what?
Dude, we got 2 more rounds before we crown the very first Shadowverse Evolve English World Champion. If that first round was any indication,
I was like speechless, yeah.
the next 2 are going to be as excellent. I'm so stoked for them.
Like, if that was just top 8, what's top 4 gonna look like
Yeah.
is what I'm
We got
thinking.
top 4, we got finals, so much more Shadowverse Evolve coming your way.
And remember, guys, we do also have a very special announcement,
Yes.
first world premiere that you want to stay here for. So make sure you stay tuned as well. But first, we're going to take a quick break before we go into top 4. We'll see you back right after this.
The flame of Levitan rises, and new heroes must answer its roar. Will you join the adventure? Booster Set 3, Flame of Levitan, now on sale.
Introducing the first crossover set! Uma Musume Pretty Derby is coming to Shadowverse Evolve!